Alright, what's up everybody? It's Reclaimer, and today I've got a different kind of video. It's going to be a live commentary like normal, but we're going to be talking about, as you guys can tell, the radar debate and sort of the whole thing that's going on with radar right now. Okay, you know what? I'm not cool with all 4 pink side. So, as I'm sure you guys are probably aware, there is a lot of controversy going on in the Halo community as of right now because of radar. So for those of you that maybe don't play Halo and have just happened across this video, or for those of you that have forgotten or want a little bit of a recap or don't play Halo 5 because you're a classic Halo fan, whatever, radar has been a pretty central part of Halo 5's gameplay since release. People kind of freaked out when Halo 5 had radar in the beta for the game. This is Proving Grounds gameplay, by the way. I don't know if I said that, which is, well, we'll get into that, but people kind of freaked out back in November of 2014, or December of 2014, I think it was, when there was radar in the Halo 5 beta, because for a long time, for pretty much all of Halo's lifespan as a competitive title, Halo 5, or not Halo 5, Halo did not have radar. It was seen as kind of a crutch, something that, and let's be honest, Halo players kind of talk down about COD players all the time for having things like the mini-map and things like that. And so radar was always seen as kind of a crutch for bad players, for casual players. And so it was like seriously looked down upon when it was announced that it was going to be a part of Halo 5's structure. And so everybody has kind of argued about it back and forth, you know, the positives and the negatives of having radar in Halo 5 since this game's release. Obviously, this game's been out for almost 2 years now. So after, or just before the World Championship, the 2017 World Championship, the one that happened a couple weeks ago, from the time that I uploaded this, that was when they announced the Proving Grounds playlist, which is the playlist that we're playing today, which offers a sort of a adjusted radar, which is this radar you only see people on it if they are sprinting or using Spartan abilities. So if you look real quick, just for those of you who don't know, if you look real quick, I know the Chaotix lower third is in the way, but if you look at my minimap, in the very center of the minimap, in the very center of the smaller circle, you don't see anything. When I walk, you don't see anything, but when I sprint or when I thrust, you see that little triangle. That's because you can only see me, and enemies can only see me when I'm using a Spartan ability or sprinting or, you know, anything that isn't your typical movement. So they announced this playlist as sort of kind of a middle ground to try to, I guess, appeal to both sides, the people that like radar and the people that think it needs to go. So they offered this sort of adjusted radar as a middle ground to those people, and it's gotten some pretty mixed opinions. I personally, I know Cole isn't a very big fan of it. I personally am not a huge fan of it, but I appreciate that they're, however late, trying to sort of find a middle ground, right? And trying to sort of listen and pay attention to what the community wants and all that. So, what that doesn't cover, however, is the whole meta issue, and we're gonna get into that. But I'm gonna go ahead. We actually won that game a lot faster than I wanted to, so we're gonna go ahead and jump into another one. All right, sorry about that interruption. So we're hopping into a Strongholds, another game here, Strongholds on the rig. But now that we've done that sort of general recap, I wanna offer my 2 cents on the whole situation, give you guys my opinion, because that's really the entire point of this video. That's why I wanted to make it. 343 is trying to give us sort of a middle ground by giving us a radar that doesn't function as highly, and I don't think that's the secret. If you guys understand what I'm saying, I don't think radar is the problem with this game's meta. And if you guys will give me a second, because I know for the longest time that this game has been out, there's been the whole bring back Halo and the no radar hashtag and, you know, all this other stuff. But if you guys will give me a second to explain, I'll let you know where my head's at on this one. So this game has really changed the meta for Halo and competitive Halo. And I'm sure you guys know where I'm going with this. But I want to talk about the autos. I want to talk about the storm rifles, the SMGs, the assault rifles. You spawn with assault rifles. Oh no, come on. Clutch factor. Please let me stay alive. Thank you, teammates. Okay, so we'll talk about the autos. And now this is the other super hotly contested debate, but basically, and if I didn't get shot by my teammate there, I might have been able to kill that guy. Basically, what 343 is trying to do is they're trying to fix the meta in the competitive meta by giving us this sort of radar update. What? I shot him 3 times. Oh, he was gonna bag me too. Yeah, later, kid. But 343 is trying to fix the meta and sort of please the community by giving us this updated, this tuned radar, which I'm not saying that it's not a good move, because I definitely like that they're trying this out and they're giving people a playlist and they're letting others voice their opinions and all this other stuff. But I really, really do believe that autos are the problem with this game. Obviously, you spawn with ARs, which are very strong by themselves. There are SMGs and storm rifles and brute plasma rifles scattered all around the map, which all of those weapons I think are way too powerful, and I don't think any of them belong in competitive. I think, see, here's the thing, and I'm going to give my personal opinion because this is what I personally think the meta should be. I think radar should stay in this game. A good point that Spartan brought up, which I agree with this, is that I think radar should stay in this game because with the advanced movement, with all of the thrusting and, you know, the sprinting and the fast movement, I think that there needs to be some sort of way to punish people who don't pay attention, if that makes any sense. So I don't think people should be able to just go wherever they want and move around super fast. I think that there should be a tool to punish people that play too fast or that don't pay attention to where their teammates are set up or anything, because that adds to the skill gap. That's part of it, right? Like we always talk about on this channel, it's not always who has the better shot, but it's who plays smarter. And that has always been a huge part of Halo. That's always been a huge aspect of the competitive side of Halo for years and years, you know, since Halo became a competitive title back in the first game. And so I think radar should stay in the game, and I think radar should stay as is. Lower the vicinity of it if you want. Wait, if I use the right word there, the vicinity or the range. Yeah, lower the range of it if you really want to make a change to radar, if you really think it doesn't belong. But just because it wasn't in previous Halos doesn't mean that it doesn't belong in this one. And I think that radar, I really think that there's a place for radar in this game. And I know that might not be a popular opinion, but I think it does need to stay in the game. Autos, on the other hand, I think need to be not gone entirely. I think you can have autos in competitive, but I don't think we should spawn with ARs. I think that gives people who aren't as talented a little bit more leeway when it comes to getting kills for their team. I think all right, this is going to be kind of a bold statement. I think all SMGs and storm rifles and brute plasma rifles should be taken out of competitive. And I think that you should have ARs as pickups on the map, because I know it's very, very unlikely that autos are going to be absent completely from competitive just because they're such a staple of the game at this point in the game. But I'm talking about specifically for competitive settings. All right, that's something that I didn't specify earlier. This is specifically for the competitive settings for Team Arena, for the Halo Championship Series, all that. That is what this is for, not for social, for skirmish, anything like that. So keep your autos in Warzone and social and all that stuff. That's not what I'm saying here. But I think that if you want to have some sort of auto presence on the map, to sort of switch up the gameplay or whatever, I think you should have ARs as pickups. I think the silenced AR was a good idea. But that's, to make a long story short, that is what I think. Oh my god. Had to shoot his body. I'm sorry. I know you guys don't like the trash talk all the time, but I had to shoot that guy's body. Almost ninja'd him and still got the back smack. Anyway, to make a long story short, to give you guys sort of a recap in my opinions, I think radar needs to stay. Like I said, tune the range if you want, make it a little bit different. I don't like this whole proving grounds thing. Holy lag. I don't like this whole proving grounds thing. I don't like trying to give us an adjusted radar and keep the meta as is. I think autos are really the problem. And I propose a solution which might not be the best, or you might not agree with, but I think the less autos the better. And I think that this game would do well and much better from a competitive standpoint with less autos. And like I said, I'm not saying they have to be absent entirely, because I realize that going into year 3 of this game, that is a very, very unlikely thing, that autos will just be absent completely after they have been a staple of the meta for 2 years. But if we can reduce them to pickups, if we can get Magnum starts, then I think that would be a really good thing. I know 343 is paying attention. I've seen Neighbor in Twitch streams asking people's opinions. I've seen polls and forum discussions and all that. The community cares, man. The Halo community is and I've said it before. The Halo community is one of the most passionate communities out there. Everybody who is involved in Halo, whether it's the competitive side, which we're focusing on today, whether it's custom games, forgers, you know, really anybody who's involved with Halo, everybody has a deep passion for this game, for this franchise, and they want to see it succeed. And I think that this would bring us one step closer to where Halo was, and to restoring it to where it was. And I don't want to get into that too much because that's a debate for another day. But yeah, we all love Halo. I don't want to make I don't want to start a huge debate with this video. I just wanted to sort of throw my 2 cents out there, because I know I have I do have a few people that watch my videos, and so definitely leave me a comment. Let me know what you guys think, because I'm very interested to see your take on it. If you're a social player, what you think, if changes should be made to the social aspect of the game. If you are a competitive player, what you think. If you agree, disagree, whatever, leave me a comment. I'm definitely interested to hear your opinions. But yeah, if you haven't, go try Proving Grounds. I think everybody's having conversations about it everywhere, on Twitter, in forums, all that. So go spread your opinions, help the community's voice be heard, and yeah. So I wanna sort of end on that note. Like I said, everybody is passionate about Halo and wants to see the game succeed. So on that note, I'm going to end this video. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed the Proving Grounds gameplay. Like I said, leave me comments. Let me know what you think, and I'm going to see you guys in the next video.